what you're thinking of. I only have around 7 days to apply. Can I actually do it? Do I have enough time? Yes, you do. And I'm gonna tell you how I got into this program and got myself a 6-day, fully sponsored, flights and all, accommodation, food in Japan by attending and participating in this program. I'm telling you, it's once in a lifetime experience. When applying online, the most important thing is the my experience part. Your resume and CV has to be professional. I don't know what's the benchmark, it was not shared, but this is a resume that got me through the second level, which is the online assessment. I don't really recommend for you to submit a Canva resume because most of the time, ATS templates cannot scan the information from these resumes. So it's best to keep it simple, like mine. For the websites part, because I'm a social media manager and have been working for a long time with a business, I did have a website for my portfolios, which is what I shared over here. So if you have your internship portfolio or if you have anything, just share. Or maybe you have a YouTube channel, you can share over here as well. Anything that can make you have that edge over other people. This is something that I always do. I always try to go over the top so that I win against other competitors. And it's obvious that I do not win every time, but every time that I do, I always thank my need to fill up the most optional things has to be thanked for me getting a lot of scholarships. I feel like it gives you an edge. I don't really remember what was the question for last year, so I'm just gonna read this year's. For this year, the application question is: as a future global business leader, please describe 3 key qualities you need to develop. Which one do you feel the most confident in, and how would GMP contribute to bolstering that strength? For the experience part, it's really important for you to take care of the website and your resume. If your resume is not good, please fix it up before you submit for this because it's highly competitive. For the application questions, it's really important for you to be true to yourself and ask for a friend to read after you've done it 3 times, after you've redone it 3 times, 4 times. That is what I've done. I don't remember how many drafts did I make, but I definitely did not submit my first one. So do not ever submit with your piece of work, your first one. The second question is: Uniqlo strives to answer the question, what makes life better? By reinventing clothing, with your insights and experience, identify one most impressive value that Uniqlo is conveying through its operations, product, marketing, store, customer service, etc. that aligns with this mission. What is the action plan you suggest to Uniqlo to further strengthen it? Here, you really need to capitalize on your skills and work with what you have. Do not write about things that you are not passionate about. Do not write about things that you don't know about. People can tell. Literally, people can tell. So write the action plan that you really do believe in that could help Uniqlo increase their sales, increase their services. If you feel like the ideas are very generic, I highly do not recommend you try using Chatgpt for this because they will know. If you ask me, doing Chatgpts for essays is okay, but not when you are applying for a fully funded scholarship to Japan with Uniqlo. That is not something that you should do with Chatgpt because I find that when giving answers, Chatgpt is mostly generic, and if there are 1,000 people using Chatgpt and applying for this Uniqlo program, what if their outputs are all the same? Let's say you do want to use Chatgpt, make sure you learn how to generate your prompts, how to engineer your prompts so that you get the best output for your writing. But make sure you amend the things, you perfect it so that it doesn't look too AI. Okay, so that is the application process 1. Second one, once you've surpassed that, you will get an email for the online assessment. The online assessment is multiple questions based, like you have to choose which one is the correct one, but I'm telling you, it had a lot of maths and logical reasoning, which I have none of. I'm from marketing background. I do social media as work. I have never held a calculator for the past, 6 years? I don't even know what the numbers are. Okay, so maybe that was a bit an overstatement, but you get what I mean, right? I'm the marketing fairy cloud girl. I'm not the girl, you know? To top it off, I did not have time to finish the online assessment because I don't know how to calculate. I quit maths. I stopped maths when I was at level O. So yeah, I'm not really good with maths, but in the online assessment, do polish up your math skills because I did not anticipate that. They also give you scenario-based problems. For example, this person is only available at this time. This person is only available at this time. When should they meet? Like that. Try to do a lot of questions regarding logical reasoning, some calculations, but this was for 2024. I'm unsure if it's going to be the same for 2025. I didn't have enough time, so I just ticked whatever felt right. And I don't know how I got through the assessment and to the interview. I got the interview spot. I think I really flunked the online assessment. So it's really important for you to give your best in a certain assessment, even if you think you failed. I went to Japan last year for free with it. But that's not it though. So when I got the interview, I was quite scared because I'm not sure how many people are going to be there. I'm not sure because there are no YouTube videos talking about their experiences with the Uniqlo Global Management Programme. So I did not know what to expect. So when I got there, it was at One Utama, their HQ in Malaysia. So I went there and then I registered. I was almost late. I know the Japanese culture really care about timing. So I skipped my lunch. I skipped everything. It was a long day actually. That day I got my housing loan approved. But that's for another story. So during the interview, there was me, a head of a department, and then the person in charge in Japan. She was so nice and lovely. I could not have asked for a more accommodating person in charge. You know, she was very approachable. Her name is Chenmei. She's really nice. So during the interview, it was quite intimidating. You really have to learn everything about fast retailing. I'm talking everything. The supply chain, the values, the store experience. You can find everything on the fast retailing website. I swear you have to read it through if you do not want to look dumb during the interview. At least for Malaysia, this is the case. I asked my friends, my teammates from Canada, from Japan. The selection process was not this intricate. So Malaysia, if you're watching this, kita kena buat betul-betul, mat. So during the interview, it's really important to know which information is pivotal for your success in this program. You might have 1,000 achievements, but you don't mention them all. For example, if you get number 1 for a coloring contest, I would think that it would not be so suitable for you to mention in the interview. But for example, if you have certifications in digital marketing, if you have certifications in project management, if you have experience working, that is something that you should really highlight and capitalize on because it is what makes you unique. You have to know what traits that makes you unique and capitalize on that. For me, I was a full-time student studying degree. I've started working full-time since I was studying diploma, and I've had a business since I was 16, and I live alone at the time, so I had a lot of things going on for me, and I knew that a lot of people could not be able to do that. So know what is your advantage and talk about that. Another example is my partner in Japan from Malaysia, Udina. She had also participated in a lot of things, including the Wisely program in the US for 1 month. So she has done a lot. The reason why I'm telling you this is because I want you to know that the competition is really tight, and we were both from University Malaya, so I would think that it added an advantage as well because getting into University Malaya is not easy as well. The point is, know your strength, capitalize on it, but don't sound braggy. There's a fine line of being braggy and being confident. So make sure you are confident, not braggy and bossy. But even after capitalizing on everything and learning about fast retailing, and I knew the answers to things, I still felt like it was not enough based on the responses of the interviewers. You get what I mean? One thing that I've always asked to interviewers when I'm interviewing for things is that by the end of the interview, they would ask, do you have any questions for me? My go-to question is, if I were not chosen to be a part of this program, are you able to share why and what can I improve? And then you know what she said? She said, to be blunt, if there are better candidates lah, like that. I instantly felt like so sad. I'm not gonna get it. I thought to myself, I'm not gonna get it. But here I am. So after the interview, I literally cried so hard. And I was not gonna get it, but I got it. So trust in God's plan. Okay, so next section, what was the program like? So during my session, the 2024, we did not have any store internships. But this time, so what was the program like? After the 1 or 2 day internship for our session, we had like 1 day off when we arrived, and then the next day is the class. But Malaysia candidates at the time, we arrived earlier, so we had almost 2 days. We had 4 days of classes. The first day is brand strategy, the second day is business concept, the third day is global business and e-commerce, the fourth day is career opportunities, and the fifth day, if I'm not mistaken, is the presentation day. The presentation day is actually a competition where you will win a certificate, and unfortunately our team didn't win. But it's okay, we all got chosen to go to Japan. For this, we were given a category on how to improve Uniqlo and what ideas do we want to give Uniqlo, and we had to work as a team. After learning all those days that I mentioned earlier, at the last day you have to submit your presentation and present to the board members of Uniqlo. It was so scary. I feel like some of the ideas were thrown out of the window directly, but in a polite way, in like a corporate way. It was a really stressful moment for us, but I feel like it is something inevitable in this workforce. You get what I mean? You have to face your fears. You have to face your fears. So after the event, everyone left. Malaysia had an 11 p.m. flight, so I walked around Japan. So if you want to know what I did in Japan outside of the Ariake office, because I cannot use any of the footage here, I'll do another video. But I think that one I recorded portrait lah, sorry. In the brochure, it mentions that there are business sessions, which are the days, and then the store visits. We also had a day where we went to different stores to learn about how the managers of those specific stores manage their shop, because the managers handle everything, the placements, the stocks, everything. It's crazy, and I'm super impressed how they did it. It was extremely interesting for me. Global collaboration is also mentioned in the poster. So this is when you are separated into groups, and each group has different nationalities, working style, everything different. So you have to learn how to collaborate globally, because Uniqlo is a global company, and that is what they are trying to teach you indirectly. In terms of my first day, we had this assignment to go to a Uniqlo store, which I went to Ginza to learn about. And fun fact, they do give you pocket money when you're there. Different people with different currencies got different amounts, which is amazing, because I'm from Malaysia and going to Japan is expensive. So the programs are really tight. We have to go out, I think, around 8:30, and then we will go to the Ariake office until 6, like that. So it's a full day, and when you get back, you get tired. You won't go to Shibuya, you won't go traveling. So think again if this is something that you really want, or you just want to sightseeing in Japan, because you can't really do that, especially if you're a woman alone. Oh, I wanted to talk about the transportation. The flights, the tickets, everything, the seats are managed for you. They will be given to you prior to your flight date, and the person in charge from Malaysia will accompany you along with another person depending on the quota of your country lah. And the person in charge who interviewed me was one of the facilitators in Japan, so she traveled with us to Japan. Tips and tricks from an alumni of GMP 2024. Number 1, apply je babe. AJB. That is really important. You lose 100% shots that you do not take. So the best that you can do is just apply, even if you feel like your resume is not good, even if you feel like your documents aren't as strong as others. There might be not a lot of people applying. Do you understand that you do not lose anything for applying to this program? So apply je babe. Second, research Uniqlo like crazy. Use the fast retailing website. Read from there, understand, study with Chatgpt to ask you questions regarding the information that you got from the fast retailing website. Do not ask directly on Chatgpt out of fear that it is not updated information. Third, prepare on the assessment. As I mentioned, the numbers, the logical reasoning, the timetable things. This was in 2024, so I'm not sure if it's going to be the same way in 2025, but I would think there would be similar questions about logical reasoning as well. Number 4, be authentic in interviews. Do not say things that you cannot do. Do not say things that you don't believe in. Do not be someone else. There is a reason why your resume was chosen and not somebody else. So just trust in yourself. Submit everything. Reread everything before you submit things, and make sure you submit the documents on time. If this video goes live on the day that I want it to, it should be around 8 days left. So 1 week for you to finalize your documents and submit the best version possible. This experience with Uniqlo has been an unforgettable one. I went to a lot of places. I learned so much about businesses, and I have a new respect for Uniqlo. Like right now, I'm wearing Uniqlo. And if you want, I can explain about my Amsterdam fully funded scholarship and Korea fully funded scholarship as well. But right now, I'm taking a break from applying to things, so I will try to post as consistent as possible, but I'm posting every Thursday, so I'll see you then for my next video. Thank you, bye bye. This is my third take, by the way. I want to say thanks to everyone for staying to the end. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe.